Welcome to Moonlight Madness, and today we're doing the sign of air sign. If you're hearing any sort of noise in the background, I'll turn it off now. It's my fan. I'm just going to turn my phone off because I don't want any interruptions. Right, the deck I'm using is Doreen Virtue and Radley Valentine deck. It's called the Fairy Tarot. I've had them since 2014. That's them there. You can see the box is falling apart. I feel like its owner. I'm a work in progress though. Now the first thing I caught was that we got air straight up. That's how I knew this was going to be air. Sometimes you can't try and do a reading for another star sign and you'll get too many other cards like wands or pentacles and you'll go, it's not for me, this is not my reading. So you have to then redo it and put your energy back in it. It's different when you're wearing someone else's top that's not belonging to you. You can channel their energy and not your own energy. So I made sure I've got air. I've got feather here. The swords is usually a very sharp instrument. So maybe some of you recently cut yourself or said something cutting to somebody else. In the next month, words will be exchanged. And it's also talking about, I wrote this down, I got this out of the Google. Yeah, the waxing moon. So the next moon that we're coming into, which I think look on the calendar here, we're coming up to one on the 15th. We just got over one on the 7th. And the one before that was a Capricorn moon, which was on the, let me see, I think it was the 15th. I'm going to say, hang on, I've got my old calendar here, because it does affect everything. I had to rescue two people. One was on a bike, fell off his bike. Another one was in the middle of the road. So accidents happen around full moons. The last one was, no, it doesn't tell me on this one. I think it was around near Christmas. It was not full, but the week before Christmas, I think it was. Yeah, full moon, full cold moon. That was on the December the 15th, and it was a cold moon, which was awful things. And my son had a car accident back then. So yeah, the week before Christmas, he had a car accident. So that's very true. So it's saying here you need to communicate clearly in the next month. You'll have challenges along the way. It's important to communicate clearly and accurately. Amazing new ideas that should be implemented. Then you've got here, crossing, you're going to get downloads, like as in daily, like when you're walking. I actually wear sunglasses when I'm outside now. It's quite funny. I wear them in the shopping centre. I wear them walking because I see dead people and I see future and past events, and it's constant. And it starts from 11 o'clock in the morning, depends if I've eaten or not, till about 1:32. So that's usually when I get my impression. Sometimes it happens all day. Depends what I'm holding or touching. It's all about what I pick up. I do psychometry, so whatever I touch or hold that belongs to someone else, I'll get their energy, whether it be a top. Like I got from my mum's friend this t-shirt. She's a Leo, so I was channeling Leo energy all day today, which screams attention, right? It's bright, it's orange, it's attention seeking. That's Leo's. Then you've got here the wheel. Now what's crossing your path is that it's saying in the next year, and it's weird, I picked this up and I took it off my key ring for a bit. This was given to by my mum's friend, and it's a dream catcher. It catches bad dreams. I have a lot of bad dreams, and it's got a moonstone to balance hormones. But I figured I've had a lot of bad luck recently. I don't know if I've picked it up off her energy or someone else's energy, but the wheel represents a car. So it can talk about in 1 year's time, all the delays are going to be over. Good luck, a new car or travel is coming into your life. Something about hair is lucky. So I don't know if you're going to dye your hair, have a new hairstyle done, get a new colour, or grow your hair. Just saying that hair is virility, it's vitality, it's health. You're going to be all over your health this year. Good luck is coming your way. You're being blessed with good luck, possibly through a Leo. That's what I'm picking up. Who's going to be around and try and help you out because they can see you trying really hard to help whoever it is that's currently ailing. My mum's broken her arm. Then she had a snake attack her, like within the space of 2 days of each other. then it's been hanging around the yard between three houses. So, you know, it's very scary. You've got broken arm, you can't pick the dog up. The dog's freaked out, gone for the snake, and the snake retaliated and almost came at the dog. So, you know, I've been told hose it or play loud music. That's how you get rid of it. So it's saying in one calendar year there could be a new car or travel. Yeah, you just want to do something different. I see you pack everything up, put it in a storage bin. You may even go house sitting, because I know that's commonly a thing. People just want you to babysit their house or their pet, and then you can just go around and get a lease or anything. Then you've got here the Eight of Swords. So in the past you were in an imaginary prison of your making. So your brain told yourself that you were in a jail, and maybe you were in a jail in type of like a psychiatric ward, an actual jail cell. Trust me, I've been through some scary situations in the last COVID was like a jail sentence. Everyone was locked up. Public health order, you can't go outside. That to me is jail. So yeah, in saying here, okay, 8 days ago you may have been in your headspace that wasn't serving you well because you're so worried about your son's car accident, because he had a car accident. Totaled the car, could have died. Did lots of protection spells on him, and the funny part is he walked away from it, and he could still drive it home because I did a protection on one side of the car, but not his side of the car, but not the other side of the car. That's the part that got hit the worst, the left side, not the right, where he could still drive it. It could still function as a car because all the electricals weren't hit. It's now totaled. They're going to have to get rid of it. It's very sad. They've had it for about 6 years. Recent past, you've got someone in your past that was I'm going to say a water sign. It's Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. They are romantic, they're captivating, they love to flirt, they're dramatic, they fall in love suddenly, they love being in love, they like to sweep you off your feet. They might stare into your eyes and recite poetry. But you've got to remember, they like to sprinkle their dandelion around everyone. So it's not just for you, they like to flirt. Be careful what words you use and say to them, because their heart is made of glass. See that bit of glass? And so handle with care is what you should think when you're talking to them, or how you convey a message, because they may take it the wrong way. So just be very loving and sweet, and then they won't get their heart broken. But yeah, they're younger. They may be younger in age, or they could be just young at heart. So the swords represent, as I said to you, a waxing moon. So the next moon we're coming up to. So in 1 week's time, we're having a moon, and that's when all these things will change. The Three of Autumn represents the Three of Pentacles. It's saying follow your passion when it comes to your career. Be the best at what you can do. Being compensated for your creative talents. So whether someone wants to pay you for a reading, or you start getting a following and people start liking and sharing it, it may become bigger than what you can manage. You may need to hire people to help you with it, to help set up the actual website. I'm hopeless. I'm not good with computers. I wish I had someone to help me with this, but I don't think you have to have some type of Photoshop editing and all these tools that I don't have. I'd have to pay someone. Eventually I will. I just haven't gotten around to it. I've been too busy with family drama. Okay, so we've got here the Three of Autumn. I haven't read this card for a very long time. Some of you may like to draw. You may be very creative and working well with others, being a team player. You may have untapped talent and a range of amazing skills. Express those skills outwardly. You'll grow personally and reap great financial rewards. Your creativity should be allowed to soar to new heights. Only work with people who share your excitement and who enjoy creative collaboration. Follow your passion when it comes to what you do professionally. If your heart is in your career, then it will shine like a beacon through your work. You can make a successful living through your creativity. You're drawn to what will bring you joy for a reason, and in turn will lead to abundance. A master craftsman fairy has completed 2 of the 3 crystal colour lilies that were commissioned. He'll be well rewarded when his work is finished. So it's saying here, you need to do 3, like a triplicate. They call them triplicates, I think, in the art world. We got 1, 2, 3 paintings that are cut in 3 sections and put on a wall. There's a famous one, you would probably know it. I think they used to do a biscuit ad with it about old Australia back in the 1800s, and there's this woman and there's this man and the child, and they are cooking something over I'm going to say a log of logs of fire out in the bush, in the wilderness. And I'm getting that imagery. there's a painting that could be part of a triplicate that you don't realise is an asset to you, that you either drew it yourself, or someone else drew it and you didn't know it was worth a lot of money. Maybe look into that. I know my mother's got a painting and it fell off the back of a truck, this is what I got told, but it's from a Dutch art movement where you use alfoil and you screw it up and you put it behind stained glass, and it's a mermaid. This is what I call it. My mum's upstairs neighbour used to call me that I would look like that when I grew up, like a mermaid. I would be hourglass figure, and she said that was how I was going to look. And turns out I was curvy. I was a curvy girl. But it's a special painting. It's a mermaid, and it's my painting. I just choose to live it with my mother because I don't live in my own place yet. But once I do, I want to take it, put it in my house because I would like to see it. It's Lucky Charm. I don't want her to get rid of it. I'm guessing it's worth money because I don't think they make them anymore. But I do want to keep it to pass down. The next one, you've got Princess of Autumn. Okay, so in 3 years' time, you'll be commissioned to do some sort of artwork because you've got pentacles. Pentacles represents years. In a week's time, you'll get downloads about a new car or a travel or a chance to improve your lifestyle in some way, shape or form. And then you've got, coming up in your future, you have the Princess of Autumn, a scholarship, a well thought out plan. Maybe you want to go do some study. I don't choose to want to do any more study. I've done too much study. I just want to get a job. But you may get a chance to do a traineeship where you just sort of hands-on. You do like 2 days at TAFE and then you do 3 days at work. That could be coming up for you. Then we've got the Emperor. The Emperor is talking about you being all four suits of the tarot deck. So you come out, you are represented as the Prince of Swords, the Prince of Pentacles, the Prince of Wands, and the Prince of Cups. You are all four of those suits because you have the compassion, which is the Prince of Cups for the world and people at large. You carry the world on your back like Atlas did. That's what the World card represents. Atlas carried the whole world's problems on his back. So he carries a load. Then you've got the discerning Queen of Swords, which is all about law, order and structure and being very careful and fair. Queen of Wands is passion. It's the spark, the creativity, creative juices that are flowing within you that you use to creatively think outside the box. I think that's really important because I don't think people might see you as a certain way, but you actually travel in all different types of elements, realms. I tried to explain this to my mother today. I don't live and exist on your world, the 3D. I'm also tapping into the 5D, which is future forward and future 20 years forward. I don't exist in the present. So when you're talking to me, I might forget what day it is. I might forget what hour it is, the date, the day, and the hour, because I'm so busy bouncing between all these different realms. I'm in between present, past, future, and 20 years future. That's what I operate in. So people don't always get me, and that's fine. I don't expect them to, unless you're like I am. I don't know many people that are. I think there is people, but one lives in America. She's in Arizona. I would agree totally 100% what she says, that she gets messages, images, music, gets told to go down a certain aisle to pick up a certain thing because she gets told it. She channels future events. Miss Alison Dubois, I am similar to her. I'm not like her. She's way beyond me. But I've got attributes of hers that I can identify and go, yeah, I do that. Yeah, that happens to me a lot too. She just picks up on energy. Then you've got the moon around you. So, something that looks like, if you look at this card closely, she's got a mandolin, which is an old-fashioned guitar. If you look in the water, it becomes a harp. So what looks one way in the daytime looks different at nighttime. Shapeshifter. Someone around you, friends or family, is a Pisces, Scorpio or Cancer energy around you, who is keeping his movements hidden, but he is spying on you. He's spying on you when you're asleep. He's walking past your house. he may be walking through your neighbourhood to try and get any intel on you. For some reason, they want to know about who you're seeing, who you're dating, what you're doing, who you're having, sex with, because they want to know if they have a chance. They may have been in deep reflection, like the hangman in the tarot deck. He's hung upside down, and he's looking at things in a different light. I call it a different perspective. Oh, when you're upside down, things don't look the same as when you're the right way up. So he may have changed his perspective on you, that maybe you've changed and he's changed as well. This makes you different, and you come out, your energy is different. You can't tap into your energy anymore. I know my whole family can't tap into my energy because I've blocked all of them. Because I'm so psychic, I don't want to read them. Unless I have to. I really don't want to. I don't want to go and tiptoe on anyone's private life. That's not what I do. I call that unsolicited advice. But I do tell them when I see someone that may have passed over, because maybe that person wanted to know if they were okay in heaven. 7 of Wands, we've got here, you fighting for your belief system. You're being very assertive. It says, don't back down from what you believe. Courageously stand up for yourself. This is like you go on a marching squad, holding up a ticket and marching on Parliament House going, no, don't agree with this rule, don't agree with these laws, screw you, I'm going to do me. That's the rebellious Aquarian. That's the person I am. I like the law. I like to study the law. However, I don't agree with all the laws. These laws were written centuries ago. They're all outdated laws. Maybe some of you want to change the laws because it doesn't fit your traditional values. But you know what? We're in 2024. We have to move with the times. We can't do outdated laws. We need to rewrite the law book. I think it was made before I read. The laws that we follow today were before Abraham Lincoln's era. So like 1500, maybe 1600s. Back from there, they used it in the 1800s before they signed into the Declaration of America. That's when the law first began. It wasn't until then. We need to change the laws to fit the crime. Change the laws to fit the new era of crime. It's not just online crime. It's bank stealing money from your accounts, fake email addresses, fake things you have to like and fill out. Going for a job and then you're putting all your details. That's a way of stealing all your details, and someone else gets that job based on your criteria. I'm very wary about putting my stuff online. I've done some computer courses, and they have said to you, ask, unless it's got HTTP, which is a secured address, do not put information over the net. 6 of Autumn, we've got here. You will be going to help some people. I'll put my fan on. Sorry, it's going to make a bit of noise, but I can't do it without air. Again, we're doing air sign, funny. No pun intended. You're going to be volunteering your time and effort to help people, repaying a debt to someone. Maybe you owe money to a company. Like my mum used to give me free food, food that was going to be thrown out because of the out-of-date expiry. And that's so I feel like I owe them for the food that I was eating that my mum worked for, where she used to wash dishes, to volunteer, and then they would pay her in food, she could take food home. And I think that's wonderful. But I don't feel right about taking her food because she's the one that worked for it. So maybe you're going to volunteer your time to your parent or whoever's been injured, or volunteer to help out with housework. When you break a limb, you can't do much. Help these people, teach them how to treat her. Does that make sense? You have to teach people how to treat you. Yeah, because if you don't tell them and lay boundaries down, they're going to walk all over you. So you may be standing up for someone who doesn't know how to stand up for themselves, or speak or tell people how they feel, so therefore their wishes don't get honoured and they get annoyed because no one's listening to what they want. And maybe you need to be her mouthpiece, her protector. When you've broken anything, I've broken a foot, a toe, about a year and a half ago. I couldn't run. It's so debilitating, and you feel so alone and so vulnerable, because I like to run. That's my thing. I'm going to get back into running this year. That was my goal. I got a pair of sneakers for Christmas off my mum, really good Slazenges, and I'm going to use them to start jogging again, because that is, to me, that is freedom. That is it helps me feel strong and in control, and it strips weight off. Walking's good too, but I find running for me, it helps my ADHD, helps me sleep. So I'm going to get back into my running and my swimming. That was my goal this year. And to do an exercise program and to get my health and my diet right, which is what I think is going to happen now. No longer I've got help, Meals on Wheels. I'll just buying food like I normally do. I don't eat a lot, and when I do eat, I'm being very careful, very picky with what I eat. I think when you get older, you don't process things as quick, so you've got to learn to back off on the cheeses. Which is, we've just come out of Capricorn season, and hello, that's excess. That's excess of sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's Capricorn. It's an excess, and you overdo it. In Christmas, you overspend, you overdrink, you overeat stuff you normally wouldn't eat. So when it comes to February, we're all in detox mode. We're in a huge detox mode where we want to detox from all the rich foods that we've had. Oh, bone collector, that's interesting. I've pulled that for a long time. Ancestral issues. Oh, metamorphosis. I just said about transformation and change. Yeah, you guys maybe, all air signs may be getting on the program. Shit, going back to the gym or doing an exercise regime. This is the other deck, the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. The other one was the Enchanted Map by Colette Baron Reid. She does a few good ones. Yeah, and I saw Robbie Williams was on live during New Year's Eve. I thought that was so cool. He's coming back out of retirement. I think that's awesome. He's still very fit. He's still got a great voice. He doesn't look his age. He's ageless. He just doesn't age. Some people are just born with a baby face and they don't lose it. And I remember reading that he was extremely close to his grandmother. He was close to his grandmother than his own mother. They just had a connection. My oldest son is like that with my mum. Oh, Unfinished Symphony. Oh, that's a good one. And Here and Now. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I'm not, I think I said it in the last reading, I don't live in the present. I live near future, 20 years near future, and past. I don't get to be in the present because I'm seeing stuff all the time. So, we'll do the Bone Collector, which is Ancestral Help. And it's the first card in the deck. We just got 2 1s, so something to do with 1, as in being first, or maybe you were first born. I'm just saying for air signs. This could be for someone that's been first born. When the Bone Collector appears, she's asking you to look closely at your circumstance to see if you're fully present or reacting out of past conditioning and unconscious expectations. Whenever we're wounded, especially when we're young, as if something essential is stolen from us, we adapt and accept a particular version of the truth that sets us up to behave a certain way in the future when faced with a situation that reminds us of the original event. What we know about ourselves thus becomes influenced by a perception of limitation. You may feel unworthy or without courage. You may see yourself as flawed or unlovable, or expect to be criticised no matter what your question. The Bone Collector reminds you that the truth is that you are a powerful being with limitless possibilities. She has kept safe what was stolen from you in the wounding and is here for you as you reclaim it now. You have everything you believe you lack, and the Bone Collector is your inner resource. Act as if you have what you need, and you'll find what you have after all. Have it after all. Anything is possible, yeah. The wounds of the past will not need to affect the future. And then you've got Metamorphosis, which I talked about, that you're going to go through a huge metamorphosis within this next year. We've got 25. Sometimes you have to lose something, like endings. Capricorn season is all about endings. We have to lose someone or lose something in order to change and transform. And sometimes it's for our own health that we have to do these things. Metamorphosis. 25. Yeah, butterflies earning their wings. Again, I might be speaking for one particular Aquarian, as in Harry Styles. He has a butterfly on his stomach. He loves butterflies like I do. Butterflies earn their wings through great effort. The process of change is often painful, but it's never it is never without losses and sacrifices. If you are to transform from one form to another, a part of you needs to die. Letting go isn't easy, especially when you're used to thinking a certain way about your life and how you live it. Just as a snake sheds its dead skin or a caterpillar dies so that a butterfly can be born, you're required to release your old ideas and embrace a necessary change so you can live your best life. So the snake, we're in the year of the snake, the snake that's been in my mum's yard, it means she has to shed an old skin. Wow. And yeah, it says maybe you're asked to let go of low self-worth, a dream that no longer serves you, a relationship that is draining, or unhealthy habits. Despite your fear, you must accept that this is a transformational time for you. There will be some loss involved, but you'll love what you become. Sometimes you have to, something has to die in order for it to be reborn. I've died about three times? I think that 3 times. My mum's died twice. Miniature strokes, etc. Stress related as well. Some of them were. You come back extremely different. Extremely different. I read somewhere about a neuroscientist. He starts with E. I can't think of his name. He talks about when he had a near-death experience, and he's a neurosurgeon. He didn't believe in it till he actually had one himself, and then he's come back different. He wrote a book. It starts with E. I can't think of his name. It's something biblical. He's in America. Okay. Unfinished symphony, unfinished business, an incomplete lesson, a lack of closure. This is a time to tie up loose ends as you near the completion of a cycle, a project, and a mastery of lesson or skill. Before you can move forward, it's important to come to terms with where you are now. Practice radical acceptance. Take inventory so that emotional and psychological closure can be found. It can occur, and the answers you seek will be found. You can't move forward if you are leaving things unfinished. Reflect on what has passed so that the symphony can finally end on a high note. Moving on is difficult when love lingers. Things are left unsaid and you haven't had the opportunity for closure in your relationship and in your heart. You can still feel bound up in relationships where closure is denied you. It's important to achieve this for yourself. Write that letter, make that call, or have that conversation over a cup of coffee. For peace of mind, accept matters as they are, make amends if need be, and declare your feelings, even if only to yourself. Be clear about what was left unresolved and close the door on the past so you can set yourself free. Only then can you love blossom. Yeah. Make sure you complete projects as well before starting new ones. So, hand in that assignment, pay your bills, sign the document, complete a piece of work of art, tie up loose ends, so you can move forward with surety, knowing that you're on the prosperous path and feeling refreshed and excited about the future. And then you've got here and now, which is 32, which is what I was saying before about caught between the 5D and the 3D. That's 32. Yeah. Okay, being fully present, living one day at a time. Everything happens in the now, in the present. Only this moment counts. You have what it takes to handle anything today if you let go of what the need to look to the future or reflect on the past. Be present and notice what is going on right now. This very moment has potential for you to create miracles in your life. It's easy to yearn for a love affair or friendship you may not have right now, or one that is romantic, more fun, more reliable, more passionate. The good old days are gone and a new day has dawned. Let your heart trust that you have everything you need right now, whether you have the relationship you desire or not. Tomorrow is beyond your reach. Yesterday cannot return. The now is all that is available to you. Stay present and aware that at this moment, as you cherish and approve of your beautiful self, you are a magnet for love. Spirit is madly in love with you right now. Did you know that? Turn to Spirit and feel the joy of love in the here and now. What you are working on is golden, and your efforts will leave a powerful legacy. Focus not on meeting a goal in the far off future, but on creating your dreams now, releasing your desire for an outcome and owning that it already exists. It will appear in the material world as if by magic. Claim your prosperity now. The essence is more important than the form. When you are immersed in prosperous thoughts, you will automatically tune into a sense of timelessness and unlimited potential. You can act as if, in spite of the temporary outer conditions, you are prosperous at this moment. What you think now becomes your reality. Stay present. It's very true. So you go up a shopping aisle, and I walked up there with my mother yesterday to get groceries. And I'm like, sauce. She's like, what? Do you need sauce? No. We get home. Turns out she'd almost run out of tomato sauce. I get pictures like that in my head. I get told to go down certain aisles because I'm being led by spirit. And so you have to listen to that inner voice and don't second guess yourself, because if you see it, feel it, sense it, hear it, I hear my name sometimes. I turn around, there's no one there. And I'm like, okay, someone was talking about me, right, when I'm not in the room or not at their house, or was thinking about me at that very minute in time. The other thing I noticed with the movie Charmed, I have to relate to this. She was a light worker too. She was a social worker, and she was also a white lighter, so she could do psychic things and move things and make things disappear. But what she did say, with all her people that she had to save, the innocents, the ones that were innocent, that were in danger, she would have a ringing in her ear. Now, I get that in my ear all the time. Now, usually, they say, if your ear's on fire on the left is for love. If your ear's ringing and it's on fire on your right is for spite. So whichever ear is making a noise in the morning, that's someone trying to call out for help that you didn't know was trying to call out for help. So please pay attention to these physical sensations. They are real, they're not imaginary. And I can honestly say, when I get something and I say something to someone and I start getting like someone's poured a bucket of water over me, I know that I'm on the right track. I know that I've sensed something, that what I've said and what they've told me, and I'm telling them something, it's from spirit, it's not from man. I'm just the vessel. Yeah, I'm just the vessel. I like what Alison Dubois says. She says, I'm just the secretary. I'm just the one transferring information from their loved ones that's passed over to give them messages about their future events and to keep them safe, basically. But that's all I have today for air signs. It's probably rambled on a bit too much, but I think it was a big reading. Thanks very much for that. And this is for January air signs.